For more now, let's bring in Hudson Institute Senior Fellow Rebeccah Heinrichs and former NSC Senior Director Michael Allen. Happy Sunday. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Rebeccah, where are we at this stage in this conflict against the Iranian regime?
Well, I think Senator Cotton's remarks there were really helpful, too. He's also the chairman of the Intelligence Committee in the Senate side, so he's going to be getting regular briefings. But look, I think that there's multiple lines of effort. You have the military line of effort, which we constantly hear Admiral Cooper talking about. He's the head of Central Command. And he's saying that we're going through all these target lists, that there's a target list. We're taking out Iran's ability to project power outside its borders. And then we have another line of effort, which we're working with the Israelis, to weaken the regime's ability to resist the United States. It's the IRGC and it's the Basij. And then, of course, we're also trying to get the Strait of Hormuz open. That's going to be another phase, and I think that that's going to go in tandem with removing the rest of the nuclear program that's still inside the country. Those last two pieces are going to be the last line of effort of the war, but 4 weeks in to a war that we were told it's probably going to be about 4 to 6 weeks, I agree with Senator Cotton that everything I've heard, we're still ahead of schedule.
Michael, sending in Marines and sending in the 82nd Airborne to the region, does that apply appropriate pressure to talks with the Iranians?
I think so. I think it gives the president options, first and foremost, but it is also leverage. It's the idea that, you know what, we may take your oil export hub, which is called Karg Island, of course, or we may deploy to certain islands along the Strait of Hormuz so that we might be able to help reestablish tanker traffic through this corridor. So I think it's a move that the president is making. I can't rule out that we would use a ground raid to take Karg or take some other tactical sort of venue. But I think first and foremost, it's to get the Iranians' attention that we can take hostages too.
As you know, we live and work in the Washington, D.C. area. It is a political year. We have midterms coming up. Can the United States leave Iran in a better place soon?
Leave Iran in a better place from an American perspective.
Yes.
I mean, I would say this idea that Iran is going to be more dangerous if the United States doesn't do X, Y, or Z, I completely think that that's not based on the facts. I mean, Iran is already so much significantly degraded. They do not have the ability to project power outside their borders. We've eliminated their air force. Their navy has been significantly degraded. Their missile capabilities and the thing that I always track is their ability to reproduce missiles and drones. And the United States is working with the Israelis to just completely degrade any of that capability. And every single day we get greater insight and intelligence as to where these launchers are, and we're able to destroy them. So I think that we're already in a better place. I think we just want to get a better outcome where the United States is the one with our coalition partners controlling the Strait of Hormuz and not this terrorist regime. That's going to be the thing that we still have to wait out to see if we can do. But you're right, Mike, that the pressure points tend to be political. And so we just got to keep pressing through.
Michael, are you confident we can find a leader who will make Iran better for the United States to deal with going forward?
No, I'm not confident. It's possible, but by most accounts, it's going to be another hardliner that takes over inside the regime. Maybe that's a good thing ultimately if this person has elements of pragmatism to him, because they might be able to work out a deal for us and then sell it to the hardline elements inside of Iran. So maybe we can work with somebody that's coming down the line. But you know what? I think this campaign will be seen in retrospect historically as weakening the Iranian regime. I think it's inevitable that it's going to eventually fall. It may not be next month. It may not be for another year and a half. But I think you'll look back at this campaign and say that, wow, we really struck at the foundations of it.
Michael Allen, Rebeccah Heinrichs, I could listen to you guys all afternoon. Thanks very much for your analysis.
Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.